time and ingenuity. I had to develop some strategies.
She has a lot of good lessons, I think.
And you're pushing yourself.
Definitely knows what she's talking about.
Positioning your business.
She was a business owner I wanted to emulate.
If I can be successful and be strategic, I know you can too.
She's very personable.
I loved being the leader. I loved the risk, the pressure, and everything that went along with that. When you have an opportunity to demonstrate leadership and it's a difficult challenge, figure out how you can address that further. It was a Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. He comes to me in my office and says, "Miss Christy, this is my last day. I'm so sorry." I said, "What? This is your last day?" We all know what a key person can do to our business and not giving notice, what that does to us. But the bus driver? Who's going to drive the bus? That was the big question. So once I ascertained that this was a done deal and there was no talking him out of it, I realized I got to go because I guess I'm driving the bus. Now, you don't just walk out the door and start driving the bus. You have to get a license and several different things. But I headed out the door, literally maybe 2:30. My staff is going, "What? Who's going to drive the bus? Who's going to drive the bus?" And I said, "I got to go." So I went to the DMV, pulled a ticket, studied in the line, took the test. They didn't want to give it to me because it was already 4 something, but they gave it to me. I had made a couple phone calls. I got some really nice man that issues CDLs, temporary commercial driver's license, to meet me, practice, drove the bus. Monday morning, Miss Christy pulls up, I'm driving the bus. It was the biggest and the very first opportunity I had up to that point to demonstrate leadership. And it had a big, big impact, obviously, on a lot of people. But the most important thing was that I did what it took. I'll tell you that as an owner-operator of a Kids Are Kids Academy, I had so much competition emerge. You can picture the bullseye. So here I was, me and a La Petite. La Petite was first, then came Kids Are Kids Academy, and over the next 15 years, 15 high-quality early childhood learning academies opened up. Some opened up 2, so some big names. So I had to learn how to be competitive. I was already, and so I was, but I had to develop some strategies, and that's what I want to share with you today. So I'm going to start by asking, are you competitive? And I don't know about you, but occasionally when someone asks me that, it kind of takes me back a little bit, and I think, I don't know, am I? And if you are like most people, there are certain aspects in your life or certain compartments in your life that you are competitive in. And there are motivating factors that you bring to that causes you or motivates you to be that way, and other areas that you're not. In business, however, it's really vitally important that you have a very strong sense of where you stand vis-a-vis your competition in order to be competitive. And it takes an analysis, it takes some time, and the reason why I put true in there, and the reason why I put it in italics is because what I'm implying there is that there's definitely strategy behind it. Loyalty means, just as I wrote there, building deep loyalty takes more than random acts of appreciation. And I have another in-depth look at that on my website if you want more. It's very easy to say thank you with a box of donuts or something else. But if it's random acts of appreciation, then just know it's not really going to propel you forward long term. Strategic acts of loyalty include creating programs and creating layers of programs whereby you do something quarterly or you do something monthly. Maybe you have a fun theme that goes along with it so that it makes sense for the year, and then your clients go, "Oh, that's really cool." It could be anything. And if you don't think you're creative, give it a try. We talk at Rollins College all the time in the entrepreneur class about creative confidence. Once you start brainstorming, you'll find you can be more creative, and sometimes that's what it takes. But sometimes you have to go big. I designed a whole loyalty program once I had clients that were hitting 5 years around, you betcha I don't want them to leave. I knew the value of that client, and I'm competitive. So what I did was design a program that by the time you hit 5 years, I mean, there's money on the table there. What speaks to someone a lot of times is showing your appreciation that way. So I believe it was 2 complimentary vacation weeks. I haven't looked at the strategy in a while, but there was something for every year going forward. And on their anniversary date, they of course didn't realize it was their 3rd year anniversary, but they were greeted with a t-shirt and breakfast coupons and various other things that they could use throughout the year. So come up with something, because that is going to help you maintain your client base, and you can work in all kinds of other strategic elements of your business into that.